Hey guys, this is Kenny the Messy Soaper, and today I am coming with a video because I have gotten so many requests and questions and comments and emails about how to get started with making soap for the beginning soap maker, for someone who's just been watching soaping videos and have been thinking about making soap, someone who has not made soap for a very long time, so things have changed and they just want to know how to get started again, soap makers who want to begin making soap for their family, soap makers who want to start making soap as a business. And I figured since I get so many requests, I would just do a video and tell you guys how to do that, because I love making soap. You guys know that I love making soap, and I love helping people. I've not tooting my own horn or anything like that, but I've helped quite a few of you get started with making soap, and I've seen some soaps go from to absolutely amazing, and it just tickles me pink to know that people want to start making soap, because I think I talked about in my last video about soap making. Yeah, it's a huge community to us, the ones of us that are in it, but when you really look at YouTube, it's a very small niche market. Soap makers are, and the more soap makers that we can give birth to, so to speak, the more beautiful soaps we can have out here, and then soap making won't be such a very tiny category. So that is just my goal, to get more and more soap makers out here. So but all that being said, I hope that you've had a fably day. I have, most definitely. And so I guess we'll get started. Number one, the very first thing you want to do as a person who wants to start out soap making, or get your sea legs in soap making, if you're just you've already started and you're just trying to feel your way around, the number one thing you have to do is research. 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 I think you get it. And after you do that, you have to do
some research.
The reason why I say research, and what I mean when I say research, is because you cannot make soap until you learn all the basics, all the steps, all the requirements for soap making. So I have a few simple steps. Well, number one, let's just say, where do you find this research? How do you go about researching soap making? YouTube. Right here, YouTube. I don't really do tutorials. I just make soap, and I don't know if I'll ever do tutorials. I mean, some things, little stuff, but soap making tutorials, I'm not sure if I'll ever get into that. It's been something that I've been thinking about, but I'm not exactly sure. But there's not to say that there aren't, I mean, some amazing soap makers out there who do, in fact, do tutorials. Number one is Soaping 101. Kathy McGinnis, she has a Soaping 101 group on Facebook. She has a website. I mean, her videos are amazing, absolutely amazing. And I mean, she goes from very beginning soap making to advanced soap making. And I mean, and she makes it very easy for you to understand. So most definitely check out Soaping 101, and go to Soaping 101's Facebook group and request to get into that group, because it is a very good group to belong to. The second place you can go to is Soap Queen. Soap Queen Anne Marie, she is absolutely brilliant. She does videos just like Soaping 101, and she teaches you all the essentials, even the very beginning steps before you even get into soap making, all the precautions, everything that you need before you start. She tells you, I mean, it's just a plethora of information. She also has a blog. You can go check out her blog, Soap Queen. She has videos on right here on YouTube. So just be sure to, most definitely, those are the number two that I would highly suggest that you check out for soap making. And there are many other soap makers on YouTube that do give tutorials. I mean, the list is just long. So you can just simply click in on the search bar in right here on YouTube, how to make soap for beginners, or how to make soap from scratch. I mean, whatever way you want to word it, there's going to be a million plus videos that come up showing you how to do that. So now that I've told you all of that and how to get there and how to figure it out, when I say research, YouTube is great. It is absolutely a brilliant place to be to get started with soap making, but you really need to do some of your own research, and that's just by going to Google. Google is your friend. Google is unlimited knowledge, that you can find on soap making. And the things that you need to research are what is lye? Some people don't even know what lye is. Some people don't know that you need to use lye in order to make soap. You cannot make handmade soap without lye. There's melt and pour, which is a soap that's already made. There's many different methods of making soap, but to make handmade soap from scratch, you most definitely have to have lye. And when you're dealing with lye, there comes danger if you're not careful. We have to respect that lye is a very, very dangerous chemical that can hurt you. So that's why I say do research, do tons and tons of research. You're going to hear me say the word research probably 1,000 times in this video, because that is the main thing. Research is your friend. It's like, why do I need to do all this research? I can just simply go on YouTube or on Google and find a recipe that somebody already has, and it tells you exactly how to make the soap. Matter of fact, I've already made that soap and it turned out lovely. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. But my thing is, why go and make a soap that someone else has made when you can make the soap that you want to make? You've been going all your life looking for a certain soap. You want a very moisturizing soap. You want a very creamy soap, a very bubbly soap. The only way you're going to get that is if you make it yourself. And that's why research comes in, because it will show you and teach you all of the steps that you need in order to get that type of soap that you're looking for. It's just, to me, I've never ever used anyone else's recipe. I started out soap making with my very own recipe. Was it the most amazing soap I made in the beginning? No. It was a very nice soap, but was it amazing? No. And it just took me, honestly, I would say, for a beginner, a person who's never made soap, you need 1 full year of research, and that's just my opinion. I mean, some people may not need that, but I do feel like you need 1 full year of really, really understanding what it is to make soaps, what types of oils to use to get certain types of bar. If you want a moisturizing, a creamy, a bubbly, a hard, or all of the above, you need to research which oils are going to give you that. And I want to say, don't make the mistake that I made. When I first started out, I was just like, well, I want my soap to be
this, and all of these things. So I went out and I bought like really expensive oils, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have amazing soap, man.
But I ended up spending a whole lot of money, and then I could use just your basic oils and come out with the same soap. I'm just like, what the halibut? So you don't need to go and have, metal foam oil and all of it's just, oh my gosh, it's so many oils out there that you could use for soap making. But really, you could just simply start out with number 1, olive oil, number 2, coconut oil. Those oils are just beautiful in soap, and I mean, it's probably the largest part of my soap. You can use sunflower oil. I mean, just oils that you can go to your local market or your big box store like a Costco's or a Sam's Club. If you have one of those types of membership stores in your area, you can go there and find all of these oils for dirt cheap, for starters. And I did that for a very, very long time. And actually, some of my oils I still buy from like Sam's Club just because I find it's just the cheapest. I can go online and get these other oils, but the shipping will kill. So I do buy a lot of oil. Sorry about digging my eye. I got something in there, but yeah, just you can find oils very, very inexpensively, especially when you're just starting out, because you don't want to go and spend all this money and then you make your first batch of soap and it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to, and then you're disappointed. You're just like, I spent all this money, oh my god, and now what am I gonna do? I just don't want to do this. When I give up, don't give up. Do not give up. And that's why I say research, because research is going to be your friend with soap making. It would, like, all the terminologies that you hear with soap making, like super fatting and what am I thinking here? What am I thinking? Drawing a blank. Ha. to gel or not to gel. That's what I was thinking. Just so there, I mean, there's so many foreign words with soap making. Saponify, you know, what does all of this mean? It's just so much. But if you research it, you can simply, you don't have to find just one link or one website that tells you everything. You can just type in those terminologies for soap making and it'll tell you all you need to know about it. Another, I'm going to try to find the link for it. Another, I believe it's Nature's Garden. They have, let me see, I have it. I use this, I even still use this to this date. If I decide to tweak my recipe, which I don't really mess with my recipe, because for me, when you find a Fably recipe, you just stick with it and don't change it. But let's see, here it is. Oh, matter of fact, I spoke about Soap Queen, and right here, here's a page. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this is from Soap Queen, and it's called Formulating Cold Process Recipes. There is just so many. I mean, she's amazing with all the information that she gives you. You just can't beat it. And where is the other one that I'm looking for? I think I moved it, but I did. It's by Nature's Garden, and it's just like this list, and it gives you the properties and qualities of every single oil you can think of to put in soap and what it will do for your soap, whether it make it bubbly or hard or conditioning, and what's the value. Is just the most amazing thing to have with soap making, especially when you're starting out. So I will try to put that a link to it in the section below. I thought I had it in here. I don't, but you guys are used to me being always unprepared. So anyway, yeah, you just doing that research, you're just going to come across so many things that are going to be so helpful in your journey with soap making. So number one, once you do all your research, let's say we got all that out of the way, we got our brains are just swelled and just filled to the brim and just can't handle any more research or knowledge about soap making. So once you get to that point and you're feeling like, you know what, I can do this without burning up myself and other people. So once you feel like that and you're ready to get started, I talked about getting your oils and where you can get them from and find them very cheap. Coconut oil and olive oil and sunflower oil and, you know, whatever else you want to dump into your soap recipe. If you want to use animal fats and lards and things like that, you can do that too. So that's where to start with getting your oils and things like that. Number two, dollar store. Hello. Dollar store is like your friend. A soap maker's friend. Oh, it's just like being in heaven when you go in there, because there's just so many things you can find, don't you know? So what I mean by that is, don't go in your kitchen and get all your expensive bowls and things and use those. Don't do that. Don't do that. What you can do is go to the dollar store and get these cute little bowls right here. I love them. I think, like, you can see, I use them all. They're all mash to mash. But anyway, I probably have a good 20 of these bowls in all different colors. They're so fun, and I mean, they hold a lot of oil. They're $1 a piece. You don't have to go and spend $20 at one time. If you want to, you can. But I mean, you can go and get like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 5 at a time, whatever tickles your fancy. But they're $1 each. And it doesn't have to be, I know Dollar Tree sells the white ones. I think this color came from Dollar Tree as well. But try any dollar store. They have them. Number two, what you're going to need is right here. Oh my goodness. Spatulas. Love them. You can never have too many spatulas. And I do believe every last one of these, oopsies, came from the dollar store. Yeah, they all did. Or Walmart. If you have a Walmart in your area, most places, states do have Walmarts. You can find spatulas for like 94 cents. Come on. You can get your measuring cups from Walmart for 94 cents. You can get measuring cups from the dollar store, because trust me, you're going to burn up measuring cups. You're going to ruin them. You're going to destroy them. All of those things. I mean, yeah, you could go and spend a lot of money on Pyrex. That's up to you if that's what you want to do, but I don't, okay? I just like using those just because if anything happens to them, I don't feel bad, okay? So, with that being said, you also will need Safety glasses. You gotta have your safety glasses. These puppies right here. These are my soaping glasses right here. I look like I'm going skiing. All I need to do is just kind of go downhill. Anyway, but these are my safety glasses. You can get any kind of safety glasses as long as they are safety glasses that cover all of the perimeter of your eyes to keep those peepers protected, because guess what? You need your eyeballs to make soap. So, and I mean, why destroy your beautiful eyes? You don't want to do that. And also, what you're going to need is long sleeves. Yes, I am guilty of it, smack hand, because sometimes I don't always wear long sleeves. Nope, I don't. But you should, especially when you're first starting out with soap making. You really, really, really need to have long sleeves, just because if the smallest little dash of light gets on you, it's got to burn. That's just all to it. There's no way around it. It's going to burn, and it's just not comfortable, okay? And you can go as far as wearing a mask while soap making. I don't, but when I mix my lye, most definitely so, because the fumes that come off of your lye when you're mixing it, it can get in your throat, and it can choke the diggity dog out of you, okay? So a mask, you can get these at your local hardware or at Walmart or wherever. And you also most definitely have to have rubber gloves, latex gloves. You can use the dishwashing gloves that come up to elbow. They have really, really cute ones, but I have a very small kid hand, so most of those gloves don't fit. They're always too big for me. So I like to use the nitro gloves or latex gloves, just because I like them. I mean, they fit nice, they fit very snug, and they come in such pretty colors. So like my purple ones, and I have pink and I have blue, I just like them. So you most definitely, those are the 3 things that you need to have with soap making all of the time. I don't care if you've been making soap for 60 years, you need to still have it. Just because, I mean, you don't want to burn up yourself. You just don't. It sucks and it hurts, okay? Even with me being, prepared, having on my goggles and having on my gloves and, all the things that my gear, and also just like wear an old t-shirt, old clothes, or an apron or something just to protect your clothes, because it can get messy. I am known as the messy soaper, and trust me, I am very, very messy. I ruin lots and lots of t-shirts, which are old, which I don't care. I ruin a lot of aprons because it can get messy. I mean, spills happen. It happens, okay? So hopefully I'm not talking too fast. There's just so much I'm trying to shove into this video without it being like uber long. So yeah, I had on all my gear, and I was cleaning my stick blender, and the blade kind of went around, and soap actually came up and splashed me on my lip and on my nose and gave me a good little burn. And I mean, I washed it off immediately, but it still burned me. And you can use, I mean, oh, I could just go on and on and on with all the things you need for soap making, but always keep vinegar, white vinegar on hand, because it neutralizes the lye. It neutralizes the burning in the lye. So I always keep some in my room for sure. And also, you're going to need, a lot of people, like for old school, they use their hand with a spatula, and they stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir, and I just don't have the patience for that, okay? I don't. So what you need is a stick blender. Yes, this is a stick blender. These are 2 different attachments, but this is a stick blender, okay? You can get them from anywhere. You can get them from, we have Meijer here, we have Walmart, we have Kmart, or any store like that. You can find stick blenders. You don't have to go out and spend $100 on a stick blender either. Don't do that. I have 4 stick blenders. My darling Hunter, she was sweet enough to buy me these 2, and these weren't cheap. These are KitchenAid. Anybody who knows KitchenAid knows they're not cheap, but she just figured that I'm such a fably mom that I deserve them, so thank you, Hunter. That was perfect, my phone, right? But anyway, I have 2 other stick blenders that I started out with, and I like stick blenders. That's why I have so many. And then I kind of like, for me, they seem to crack around here. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. That's why I end up with so many stick blenders. Anywho, let me see, what else can I tell you? Oh, okay. And also, don't go out and spend a lot of money on like your containers for your lye. You have to have containers that are safe for lye. It can be glass, and I would suggest that you get thicker glass. And this glass jar right here, I said it in one of my other videos. My mom is such a doll. She went out and bought a whole bunch of canning jars for me. But if you don't want to do that, if you eat pasta sauce, you eat pickles, you eat anything that comes in a jar, wash it out and reuse it. That's what I use always. I keep my lids, I wash them, and then I reuse them. Simple, right? Free, because you were going to buy it anyway, so why toss it out? Just put it to, I'm all about upcycling everything, guys, so most definitely you can use those. Oh, it's just so many things that you can use, and it can cost you little bits of nothing to get started for soap making. But you know, once you have your research and once you have your supplies, you're like, I'm ready to take on the world with soap making. But guess what? Darn it, I don't have any colorants. So I don't have any fragrances. Unless you plan to make soaps with no color and fragrances, then off you go. But if you do want to make soap with color and fragrances, there are a plethora. Woo! I mean a plethora of places out there that you can get colorants from. Honey, let me tell ya, I know all about it. Number one, and you guys who already have been here forever with me already know what I'm going to say, don't you? Rustic Essential. Yes, they are just your one-stop shop for colorants and fragrances and just all kinds of doodads. I mean, they have measuring cups, they have pipettes, they have little teeny, oh, they're the cutest little scoops ever for your micas. Just, it's just endless, all the things that you can get there. And you can also get like sample packs of colorants. So you're just like, I like this color, I like all 1,000 colors. Not saying they have 1,000 colors, but suppose you like every single color that they have in stock. And you're just like, but I just don't have the money to buy all that. So you can get sample packs from them. Another place that you can get really good samples from is Nature's Garden. I do believe Mad Oils. Yeah, Mad Oils has it. I mean, there is just a long laundry list of places that you can get micas and fragrances from. Now, the one thing that you're going to have to deal with is who fragrances actually work. I went through that. I'm not going to say any names of anyone who didn't work. That's not why I'm here. It really depends, you know, because I can make a soap that turned into a brick, and then you can make a soap with the exact same fragrance and color it, and it was just smooth as silk and just as flowy as water down the stream. It depends on your recipe as well. But then you do have some fragrances that are just monsters, you know. They seize up on you. You open it and unleash the critters in your soap, and they just seize up on you, and that's just it. Or the fragrance just like poof, and it's no longer there. Even though you get that with colorants too, but you know that I am a tester for Rustic Essential, and I can tell you for sure you're not going to have any of that craziness with them. Not at all. But you can just use your own, whoever you want to buy from. You don't have to listen to moi. I'm just saying. But whoever you choose to buy from, you know, you're going to go through your trial and error and testing. You should always test your fragrances, which I, for one, never do that. Never. But I think I have a hard head. I like adventure just to see what it's going to be like. But you should test your fragrances. You should test your micas, especially with beginning and you just don't know how things work. That way you're not wasting soap and products in order to figure out, you know, I'm going to make a 5 pound. And oh, that's another thing. Please do not start out with a 5 pound loaf. Don't do that. I start out with a 1 pound loaf of soap, and that still might be big for some, but I think a 1 pound loaf is safe. There also, just look up molds. You know, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of places you can get molds from. You can get them for cheap. You can get, I mean, it's endless. I would love to put all this information in this video, but this video would end up being 3 hours long, let me tell you, because I could talk about it just that long, because I love soap making just that much. But yeah, start small. Just start small until you get your soaping legs, and then know that, okay, you know what, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm feeling confident. then you can go and start making your 3 pounds and your 5 pounds. But start very, very small. Just that way you're not wasting products if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to. Also, if it does not turn out the way that you want it to, because I have so many people tell me, oh, you're just so easygoing with soap making. I like your carefree attitude. How do you stay so calm with soaping? I've actually had people say, and I think this is the cutest thing ever, stay calm and soap like Kenny. I love it. The reason why, number one, I'm just a happy person in general, and I just don't let stuff really get to me. Not to say that I didn't have a few stinkers that maybe wanted to walk to the front door, open it, and then punt them across the field like a football. Yes. And clap all the way, give myself a scorecard on how well I did and how far it went. But for the most part, I laugh at it. Okay, I'm back. As I was saying before my camera decided you're done, okay? Uh, how I stay so calm with soap making is just because at the end of the day, it may not turn out the way that you wanted it to. It may not smell the way you want it to. It may not look the way you want it to. I mean, it probably gave you hell to get to the point of being soap at any point. But at the end of the day, it's still soap. And it's just soap. And why I say it's just soap, because some people are just like, you know what? It's my money. Hello. Yeah, it is. But that's why I suggest that you start small, when you're first beginning, and just, I mean, even now I have monsters, that just backfire on me, but I've learned over the years of how to turn that monster into a beautiful swan, and that comes from, guess what? Research! Yes. And practice. Tons and tons and tons of practice. But I'm just like, if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, guess what? I get to keep it and I get to use it. Hello. So it still gets used. If it's lye heavy, wash your clothes with it. If it's lye heavy, wash your car with it. You can do, there's many, many things that you can do with soap instead of sitting and crying and getting mad and tossing it, or doing what I said I would do, kick it out the door and, see how far it goes. Yeah, you can do that too, but just use it. And I mean, soaping is supposed to be relaxing, so don't get angry. Just, I know it's easier said than done, especially because it can get very, very stressful, but that's when you step back and say, you know what? Woo, this soap and I were going to take a little break from each other and we'll meet up on some other day. Yeah, that's what you do. But, I mean, to me, it's just so much fun, so I never really get upset. It's just, you laugh at it because it is really funny to me. I don't know why. When soaps backfire on me, it just cracks me up. But I like that soap cake. I think that soap cake was the only time that I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with you. But I picked myself up and I shredded that bad boy up and I made an entirely different soap cake out of it. So don't ever let soap defeat you, because at the end of the day, it is just soap. So that's how I just stay so happy and so calm and so relaxed, because it is fun. Never forget that it's supposed to be fun. That's the number one thing. And if you're enjoying yourself and you're just having a good time and you're laughing at your muck-ups, then guess what? You just learn how to be more relaxed and you just end up with beautiful soaps. You just do. Don't let soap defeat you. Defeat it. I beat the hell a bit out of my soap sometimes. I do. So you have to show soap who's boss when it goes, rogue on you. But anyway, also I wanted to show you guys, while my camera decided to cut off and blah, blah, blah. When you're starting out as well, like I said, buy smaller quantities. You can get 2-ounce jars like this one from certain companies. They do sell 2 ounces. I think most companies sell 2-ounce jars. Or if you want to go just a little bit bigger, you can do a 4-ounce jar like this one here. Don't go and get 8 ounces. Don't go and get 16 ounces. Unless it's just something that you just love so, so much. And you know that you're going to use it a lot. But just for starters, because another thing too, fragrances smell, some fragrances just smell like, oh, they smell absolutely amazing in the bottle. And then it could smell like something else in the soap. Fortunately for me, with, again, Rustic Essentials, I don't have that problem. The way it smells in the bottle is the way that it smells in the soap, and I'm just being honest. It really, really does. But I mean, for the most, I would say probably 90% of the time you're going to get fragrances that are like that. But you do have your stinkers. You do. I mean, you just do. And that's why I don't want you spending a whole lot of money on fragrances. You know, just buying big, 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 big. And then come to find out I don't like this or it didn't perform well. So start small, see how it works, then go big. You can always do that, most definitely, because there's always more where that came from, darling. It sure is. So, I think that I pretty much cover everything that I want to talk about. I can go on and on and on and on and on, but I won't because this video would just be too long and it would take me 1,000 years to edit it and upload. Oh my goodness gracious, let me tell you. Not in the mood to wait 72 minutes for a video to upload. I'm just not. But if you have any questions, I mean, most definitely, this video is for that. I think I want to do a part 2 because I do want to talk about getting started as far as turning your soaping hobbies into a business. I do want to talk about that, but I'll do that in another video. I don't know when I'm going to do that video, but I will. But for this video, most definitely leave in the section below any question in the comment section, any questions that you have. So maybe it's something that I didn't cover, maybe it's something that I said that I didn't explain clearly or you didn't understand, or maybe it's just a question that you're just like, you know what, I've been always wondering about this. Maybe Kenny knows, so I'll ask her. This is your chance to ask me anything you want to know about soap making as far as getting started. And I mean, one thing about soap making is forever changing, always changing. The rules never stay the same. And I know a lot of people may disagree with me, but guess what? I find for me, like certain temperatures, before I leave y'all, I have to say this is number one out of all things before you even get to your fragrances and all that stuff. A lye calculator. Oh my God, a soap calculator. You have to. I don't care if you have a recipe that from a person that they're just famous all over the world for soap making, still run that bad boy through a soap calculator. It is very, very important that you use a soap calculator when making soaps. It is just that important. Not using a soap calculator, using too much lye or too little lye can make or break your soap. So most definitely be sure. Okay? You see this face? I'm not joking. Use a soap calculator because it's just that important when making cold processed soap. And everything that I've said pretty much in this video is about cold processed soap, and it could be applied to hot process as well. I'm only speaking, I do hot processed soap sometimes, but I'm mostly a cold processed soap maker, so that's mainly what this video is pertaining to. But a lot of this information most definitely can be used for hot process as well. You have to use a soap calculator. I'm telling you, you have to. And I know that they can be very, very intimidating, you know, just like, what in the halibut is this? What is this? You know, I was one of those people just like, you know what, whatever. I just don't want to be bothered with this anymore. But if you want to make soap, you can't have that attitude. So I went back and I just stared at it for a couple hours. Then I started to punch some numbers in, and then this and this and this. I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't know. Somebody help me. But again, research. The things that I didn't understand, I researched, and that's how I learned how to use my soap calculator. You have to have one. It's just that important to soap making because it can, I mean, if you do not weigh out your lies properly, you're asking for trouble. So most definitely use a soap calculator. Even if it's a recipe that somebody else gave you, you can plug it. It's just that it makes it even more simpler for you, plugging all the information to the soap calculator. That's what I say. Yeah, most definitely use a soap calculator. And also you have to have, oopsies, a thermometer. You don't have to have this one. This is an infrared thermometer. You can use a, what did I use? I use like a little tiny digital one for like the first year of soap making. You can use, I think, a candy thermometer. I believe some people do use those, but over time, you know, invest in one of these. And there are some that are very expensive. There were some that were like $90 to $100. I think I paid like $40 for this one because it was on sale. But you know, that's not something that you have to go out and buy, you know, immediately. That's not something you have to go and buy ever, but you most definitely need a thermometer. And the reason why how I remember to talk about that, because when I said that soap making is forever changing, in the beginning when I started learning, it was always your temperatures have to be at a certain degree. It has to be between 100 and 110, and not really 100. You want to go between 110, 115, and they can only be 5 degrees in between each other, maybe 10 degrees in between each other. Oh, you just can't go outside of that little bitty box right there. You just can't do it. Don't do it. But I found that not to be true. Over time of me making soap, I found that, and I'm not telling you all to do this, if you do come across information that tells you to stay within the hundreds, then do so, because you are a beginner soap maker. But over time, you'll find that that's not necessarily needed, because I make soap at 70 degrees. I make soap at 60 degrees. My lye is 60 degrees. My lye and my oils are very, very cold. And that's just the way I've been making all of my soaps for the past 3 months, because I like it. Still soap. So, again, research is your friend. That's how you find out all of those different tips and tricks and all of the stuff with soap making, most definitely. So, now that I have gotten that out the way, as I was saying, if you have any questions at all about how to begin soap making, or maybe you are a soap maker and you're still in the beginning phases and you just don't understand something, you can ask me and I will do my best to answer it. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything about soap making. I do not. Okay? But what I do know, I will share with you, because I want to see you guys make amazing soaps. Absolutely beautiful soaps. And I mean, you can do it. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Just jump into it. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm so scared. I'm so afraid I might burn myself. I don't know what I'm doing. I have small children. I have pets. Guess what? I have pets too. Keep them out of the room. If you have small children, soap when they're asleep. Soap when they're taking naps or at school, whatever the case may be, or leave them with your spouse or a sibling or a family member. So you can set that time for yourself to make soap, so they're not getting in the way and getting hurt, because we most definitely don't want babies getting hurt, or your fur babies either. They're just as important. But yeah, so I think that is it. Again, if you have any questions at all, or also, guys, if there's information, because like I said, I'm still learning. You never stop learning with soap making. Never. Let me tell you. You may think you know everything, but you don't, because it's always something new, some new method, some new something. I get comments from you all telling me, hey, did you know you can do this and this and this? I'm like, say what? I never knew you could do that. Well, gosh darn it, I never knew that. Thank you so much. It does come in handy, and then I apply those those tidbits and nuggets of information into my everyday soap making, or well, not every day, my weekly soap making. But if you have anything that you want to tell me that you think I don't know, or you've never heard me say, please do tell me, because I'm learning too, and I would love to hear what you know, okay? Yes, I would. But that's it, guys. I've chatted your head off enough. And again, I am so happy to help you. I love helping people. I really do. And I mean, I would love to help every single beginner soap maker out there. I would love to. I just don't have enough time. But I do whenever I can. I most certainly do, because I just love to see people, just their reactions and their excitement of their first soap. That is just like the best feeling for me. And I love to just give back. All that you guys give me, I have to most definitely give back. So that's why I do what I do. So I'm leaving now. I got some soaps to cut so I can show you all. But again, anything that anything that you want to ask, whatever it may be, down there. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of questions, but just bear with me. I will get to you most definitely. It's getting tough sometimes to answer everybody's comments, but I will most definitely, because I purposely made this video to answer you guys' questions and give you information. So that is it, guys. If you found this video helpful at all, please be sure to give a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you as one of my subscribers, because I make soap, I talk about soap, I just all kinds of fun, cool stuff here. And that's why I'm here, to help and to entertain you all with my soap making and my antics and all of that stuff. So always remember, just be amazing and awesome at everything that you do, and keep it positive always, and know that I love you. I truly do, with all of my heart. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later.